In reading today, we're going to continue with the same task from yesterday. I have just sent it back to you, so you will find it in your drafts. The task that we are continuing is called the impact of weather hazards. Yes, today we will be finishing this task. We started it yesterday, and today we're going to work with a partner to make sure that we have answered our questions using text evidence. Your job right now is to go find this task from yesterday, and you're going to edit your draft. It's called the impact of weather hazards. Go ahead and do that now, please. Started. Here is our learning target for today. We're going to listen to our learning target. Students are focusing their eyes, ears, and brain, thinking about what we're going to be learning today.
Good morning, third graders. Today we're going to carry the concept of looking at weather and climate in specific regions in the United States and think about what happens when weather gets really bad. So we're going to study what weather-related hazards are today, and we're going to think about developing solutions that could be implemented to reduce the impact of those weather-related hazards. So today's essential question is, what is a weather hazard and how does it impact humans?
Yesterday, we listed lots of types of weather hazards. Excuse me. Yesterday, we talked about these pictures here on slide number 1, how a weather hazard could be a tornado, it could be a fire, it could be a snowstorm or a flood. There are lots of different types of weather hazards. Then on slide number 2, we watched this video and we thought about the damage that is caused when there is a weather hazard. We talked about how engineers are people who create solutions to these problems. And in the video, we talked about a couple of those solutions that engineers can create. Let's start today on slide number 5. Please go to slide number 5. Awesome, I see lots of focus, thank you. Our first job today is going to be working with a partner. We're going to read this text on slide number 5, and you're going to respond to the question at the bottom. Our question is, why are gable roofs a problem in high winds? With your partner, you are going to read this text, highlight text evidence, and type your answer below. There are 3 jobs with your partner. Read the text, highlight evidence, and type your answer. After partners have completed that, we will share out some of these sentences that we came up with. Welcome back. In our partnerships, we read the text and we looked for text evidence. I should not be hearing echoes as we are on Zoom. We have been over this probably 5 times already today. Thank you very much. Our question says, why are gable roofs a problem in high winds? A third grader knows to look for text evidence. So you can take your finger or mouse and go through the text and look for the part about gable roofs. Right here, I see the words gable roofs. It says they do not hold up well in high winds. Okay, that just told me they do not hold up. And I have a picture here to help me. Next, I'm going to look for the reason why. Why are they a problem? Because that's what my question asked. I know they don't hold up well, but why? What's the reason? So I'm going to keep reading and look for a reason. Gable roofs, oh, here's more. Let's see if this tells me a reason. Gable roofs have sides that are straight up and down. When the wind hits a gable roof, the wind can push directly against its surface. The force of the wind against the flat roof may push the roof completely off a home. Okay, this paragraph told me that a gable roof has sides that go straight up and down, and that the wind will push into the home. And that last sentence is really important. The force of the wind may push the roof completely off a home, just like this picture is demonstrating. I have read the text. I read my question. I went back to the text to look for evidence. And now it's time for me to respond and type my answer. Who can share out the sentence they wrote for our answer? I'm looking for third grade friends to share out the complete sentence they wrote using our text evidence from the text. Let's start with Landon.
I said that because all of the other roof had fell off because it didn't have the little edges on it where the wind could blow off. So if the wind can blow off the edges, the wind won't blow off the roof like it did to the other one.
Okay, thank you, Landon, for sharing. Notice we are looking for these words in our answer. Landon talked a lot about edges, but that's not exactly a word from our text. I think Landon is making an inference about the edges, but we want to try to use as much information from the text as we can. So what the text does say is that its sides are straight up and down. Those are some words that Landon can use in his answer. Gable roofs have sides that are straight up and down, and that's why it's a problem. Who else can read their complete sentence that they wrote using text evidence, using our words from our question and text? Ashley.
I wrote gable roofs have sides that are straight up and down. When the wind hits gable roofs, the wind can push directly against its surface. The force of the wind against the flat roof may push the roof completely off.
Thank you for sharing, Ashley. So what I heard from Ashley is that she took all of these words and she wrote them. She did a good job of taking text evidence. However, something that Ashley might want to work on is taking this text evidence and making her own complete sentence. I'm going to show you how we can do that. I'm going to use my text box and I'm going to write a complete sentence using words from the text, but still making it my own. I really appreciate Landon and Ashley sharing out their example. Let's do one together. Gable roofs are a problem because, notice how I am using the words from the question. My question says, why are gable roofs a problem? So my answer says, gable roofs are a problem because, now I'm ready to say the reason. If you start a sentence with because, that's not a sentence. So one thing we need to work on in third grade is thinking about our subject. Who or what is your sentence about? My sentence is about gable roofs. Gable roofs are a problem because, now I'm going to finish using text evidence. Gable roofs are a problem because the wind pushes against the sides and pushes the roof off. Gable roofs are a problem because the wind pushes against the sides and pushes the roof off. All of this is text evidence. We talked about how the wind pushes against the sides and pushes the roof completely off the home. Notice that I said it in my own words. I did not just copy from the text, but I did use a lot of words from the text. In 3rd grade, this is a skill I want you to be focused on. After you read text evidence, can you think about it and try to say it in your own sentence? That's what we're going to continue practicing today. I'm going to make this smaller so it fits in. And you need to make sure that you have a complete sentence that answers the question and you have text evidence that is highlighted. Take a minute to finish your response and make sure it is a 3rd grade complete sentence. Thank you for taking your time to check that your sentence is a 3rd grade sentence with text evidence from our text. Today for your independent task is going to be checking your work from yesterday and improving it, making it 3rd grade. On slide number 6, you have a video that you can go back and watch, and you have a question right here in red. You need to type a response using 3rd grade writing skills, using a complete sentence, using evidence, using words from the video. On slide number 7, you need to practice the same skills that we did today. You need to read the text, highlight your evidence, and respond by filling in the blank. Yesterday, I saw a lot of words right here that were not in the text. Students making up a word thinking, this is what I think, and putting it in the blank. That is not a 3rd grade skill. You have a text here that is providing the information. After you read it, you need to find evidence and fill it into the blank. Slide number 8 continues your work from yesterday. You have a question to answer using your evidence from the video. Notice there are timestamps here. This question is talked about in the video from 8 minutes and 12 seconds to 9 minutes and 35 seconds. You don't have to watch the whole video, but you can go to this part to learn about how does adding a lightning rod help protect a home against lightning strikes. Again, I'm going to be checking for 3rd grade sentences in the blue box. Slide number 9, we do not need to do because we already watched this yesterday. Slide numbers 9 and 10, you do not need to do. Your independent task today, starts on slide number 6, slide number 7, number 8, and that is the remainder of your task today. When I check your work, I will be sending back tasks that do not have complete sentences or do not use text evidence. And that will be your recess choice today. Today is day 2, improving our work from yesterday. It is now your work time. You can take a quick break. Then you can work from 10 to 10:30, and I will see you at 10:30 for math today. See you then.